It's time to pivot. What's pivoting? Keep watching. Hi everybody, it's Christi Bovee with the Voice Love Company. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the little bell below so you don't miss a single video or when I go live. Need more voice love in your life? I write a love letter to my subscribers every Monday. Get your love letter in the description box below. Now let's get started. We're coming up to the end of the year, end of a decade, and I want to ask you a question. Is it time for you to pivot? Pivoting is a term thrown around in entrepreneurial circles that I love very much, and it basically means that you know when it is time to shift as needed. Basically, you know it's time to pivot when you're coming up against a blockade of some kind, a roadblock, a wall. That's your clue that it may be time to shift your strategy and pivot another direction. The problem is sometimes people have fixed mindsets where they see, well, I've got a blockade, I've failed, and so therefore I failed, that's it. I'm disqualified, I can't do anything about it. But I want to encourage you to have a growth mindset. Growth mindsets come up to these blockades and they say, okay, what can I do to change, to shift, to renew my strategy and go at this in a different way? Pivoting works in any area of life, but it requires you to do some very important things. First, you have to block your ears from hearing what other people's opinions are of you if you were to actually pivot. In other words, you cannot care what other people think. You have to ignore the fact that other people may be disappointed in you if you pivot. Like your grandma's gonna have to erase your address in her address book again because you're moving, or you've decided to change careers yet again because you are just trying to figure out what you're wanting to do in life. It's okay. You're not going to disappoint anybody if you pivot. You have to stop worrying about disappointing other people if you pivot. They may be your boss, they may be your clients, they may be your relatives, they may be people that you really care what they think, but you have got to get past that fear of disappointing them if you are to shift your strategy and go a different direction. You have to. Kick fear in the teeth, and for heaven's sake, pivot. You've got to take that first step in this shift, in this pivot, trusting that the second step is going to be there when you put your foot out to land on it. Put your blinders on, decide that you're going to live life to its fullest, and pivot. For 2019, I decided that my highest value is growth. That was the thing that I really made all my decisions around. And subsequently, I experienced massive growth, but I had to say no to some things that I had said yes to for years. I had to welcome a life of massive growth within myself, which meant that I had to get up at 5 a.m. and then that wasn't early enough, so I got up at 4 a.m. and then that wasn't early enough, so I kid you not, I'm getting up at 3:30 a.m. I'm a nutcase, I realize that, but that is what has worked for me. I've had to pivot. I had to say no to sleep in order to be about my value of growth. In addition to focusing hard every day on my own personal development, I decided to take my 28-year-old coaching practice online to make the Voice Love Company. I decided to pivot, and now I am having such beautiful interactions with people all over the world. My channel is growing like crazy, and it has just been so much fun. I've gained new clients, I've gained more encouragement and growth in myself as a coach, and it's just been amazing. I've also had to say no to friends and going out with people and spending time doing things that I used to do because I'm working on something else that I know I'm supposed to do right now. It's for a season, and it has been so fruitful that my friends actually see the fruit as well. So they understand. Those people that you think may not understand, when they see the fruit of what it is that you're feeling called into, it's all going to work out. They're going to see it too. I want to tell you about 2 lessons I've learned this year about pivoting that you can take with you into 2020. Lesson number 1, pivoting gets easier the more you do it. When I first started this journey in January of 2019, It was difficult. I cried a lot. I was frustrated. I was trying to figure out the tech. I didn't know anything, and it was really difficult. I was tired because I was getting up earlier. I was losing sleep. I was saying no to friends. Everything felt so uncomfortable. But as I went on, every month it got a little bit easier until now where it's like, oh my goodness, I see so much fruit. I don't want to live any other way. Here we are in December of 2019, and I am so excited for 2020. It gets easier the more you do it. Lesson 2, pivoting while challenging can actually be fun. I have had more opportunities and experiences this year to do things that I never thought I'd get to do. I've been able to talk to people all over the world. I've been able to coach people online that I never thought I'd have the opportunity to coach. And I feel so much better about myself. I'm actually having a blast. So the things that were very difficult at first are now a lot of fun. I expect many more pivots to come in my journey into 2020. And I hope that you will take this as an encouragement. It's time to pivot. Take this as part of your next step to finding your vision in 2020. You're not too old and you're not too young to pivot. It's part of what makes a life full and adventurous. Now it's your turn. Decide that you're going to have a growth mindset and not a fixed mindset. Look at your life as you're getting ready to step into 2020 and decide that this is the year you pivot. Well, that's it for me today. Like if you liked it, subscribe, and don't forget to share with somebody you know needs to pivot. You can ask me any question about your voice in the comments down below, on my blog at voicelove.co, on Instagram at The Voice Love Company, and now on yzo.com. Get all those details in the description box below. Well, it's time to accept nothing less than a life of massive growth and improvement. Keep finding your voice and making your sound in the world today. Pivot. And remember, you are loved. Bye-bye. I hope that wasn't like,